Hello, everybody. Oh, hello, Watcher Zigzagoon. Give me a sec. The restream did not pick up your message. Ah, there we go. Now it's working. Alright, good day, everyone. Welcome to another Zero stream evening. We got old Zigzagoon in the chat. We got a Wheeler in the chat. And we got some new desktop stuff going on. I finished up the desktop background thingy that we were working on last time. Used it for a few days, decided it was way too dark, so I brightened everything up, made sure it was all nice and usable, you know? But yeah, so I spent so long last time finishing this piece up. I honestly didn't think it would take so long. All I had to do was color. I think, did I have to do line art last time? I might have had to do line art last time, I don't remember, but I think it was mostly color. Took the whole time, didn't get to draw many Animal Crossing things, so what are we doing today? We're doing some more Animal Crossing because I am absolutely bushed. I am so tired today from doing nothing, but I've been spending a lot of time trying to make my rats love me, and it's it's slow going. My back is killing me. I didn't realize it was so dark in my room, so my eyes are killing me as well. But it's all good. We did some good bonding time today. I'm not sure if it was good or not, but I'm starting to get one of my rats to allow me to pick it up if I move slowly enough and scoop it from below. If I grab them from above, which sometimes I have to do just because it's like I gotta get you from point A to point B quickly, they screech like the dickens, but yeah, he didn't squirm too bad today. So they're doing alright, but I spent a lot of time on that today, so I'm just gonna do something chill, something not so finished probably. Just a little bit of sketching today, just to have some fun. I hope you guys don't mind that. But I am absolutely dead. I did get to start Animal Crossing. I told this story yesterday during the Shield stream, which we've actually finished. Yesterday was our last stream for Pokemon Shield. I have completed my Galar journey. But yeah, like 15 minutes before the stream last night, I was talking to Tom Nook because me and my siblings got together to start our Animal Crossing game after dinner, and it took us, I want to say it felt like 2 hours. It was probably more like 1.5, but it was pretty long time we spent just trying to think of a name for our island. Ended up going with Papaya. That's the name of our island. I don't like those. Meowth. So what am I doing right now? I have well, like I said last time, there are a lot of cats in Pokemon, and the cat is a really, really fun villager type to draw. So I'm gonna draw all the cats, starting with Meowth. I think 6 whiskers is a little too much. I think I might forego the ones on top of the head. This yeah, I really like just the way the ears come together, making the head into almost like a teardrop shape. I did draw a Meowth last stream, but I'm gonna draw it again, because why not? Maybe I'll put clothes on it this time. And then, I don't know, I guess we can just, sort of take some more Pokemon from the chat. Or if you guys have, villagers that you like, I can try to draw them. My friend on Discord was like, maybe you can draw villagers in your style. I'm like, oh, that's an idea. I have done that before. Anyways, what was I saying about my island? Came up with a name. Well, I completely lost that train of thought. Anyways, I did get started playing a little bit, but honestly, I've been so tired today, I haven't even been able to muster the energy to go fishing and, like, do anything. All we really did was set up my tent, craft a few things, and that's about it. But I hope you guys are having a good week, a good start to your week. I hope you had a good weekend. And yeah, let's have a fun time tonight. Let's just have a chill stream where we all just kind of work on our own things, and I just have a little fun doodling. Doodling Pokemon. What you guys talking about over here? Tails is here! Me! You have a me! I love it! I have a Tails, I have a Zig, I have a Wheeler. Hoi! Everyone's saying hi over here. Joining Nyx in an Animal Crossing arting? Yeah! Nyx over on Tailsimp's channel has been drawing Animal Crossing style personas today. So they drew one for me too. My Zero the Red Wolf. Maybe I'll draw Zero later in the stream. Do a proper reference picture for her. I did stay up really late for the Swish stream. I did, and everyone who watched stayed up with us. So that was a great time. Oh, what a way to end the stream with those two weirdos. You know, some of that need for slowness and being picked up a certain way might not just be not liking you, but their personality. It's certainly their personality I'm feeling, but I honestly have a sense that I'm not helping things. Because like for instance today, there's a lot of Meowths. Let me see if I can get them all into this one picture. But like today, we were out in the free range area, and like it was doing okay, but then one of them decided to hide under the cage in this like really tight spot where I practically can't reach them unless I just reach in and like stretch and grab. And then I was getting tired and it was getting close to dinner time, so I had to get him back in the cage so that I can like leave. And since he wouldn't come out, I was like basically using my hands to chase him around, you know, which, you know, it would make them scared regardless of their personality, I feel. And pretty much had to manhandle him back into the cage. So like that couldn't have been fun for him. Not to mention he didn't really want to come out anyway, I don't think. I took him out of the cage because the other one had come out of the cage on his own, but he was being a little timid. So I thought maybe having another rat running around with him would help. The cats all have this kind of tail, so I'm gonna do that. What kind of clothes would Meowth wear? I think we decided last time that he would just wear like a Team Rocket shirt. But it would be like, I think I gave him like a Team Rocket grunt shirt from the game. Let's give him the red letter R and the white shirt one that Jesse and James wears. Okay, and then I feel like it could be fun to make them all the same body type, but there is a large cat body type. Animal Crossing. Gosh, there is a panther. Katrina, I think she's called. Katrina, and then there's a tiger. And I feel like they basically have the same design. She's just got no fur fluff on the sides and pointier ears. Some of the funnest things about drawing the Animal Crossing style is like squishing everything into the Animal Crossing proportions, but also if there is an equivalent species, to like squish it into that specific body type to try and make it all fit the mold, basically. Because even though they'll do things like break the mold sometimes, like they'll put fins on the side of an alligator to make them a dragon, it's usually additive. They rarely like change the entire form, and when they do, it's really cool, don't get me wrong. I think they've done it a couple of times with some of them. I feel like shoot, let me think. There's gotta be a villager that's like edited it into a different species, but like by taking things away. I can't think of one right now. I was thinking maybe Billy, the goat. I can't remember if he's like thinner than the other goats. I can't remember. I haven't seen Billy in a long time. I say that as if I like play a lot of Animal Crossing, and even if you play a lot of Animal Crossing, it's not like you would be in contact with all villagers that exist. But I'm wondering, do they like remove villagers from the roster? Are there villagers that you can't get anymore? Do do do. Ant's cat only likes to be held one certain way. Papaya! Yep. Like papyrus. Ah! Although you might not be wrong, that was quite the overreaction on my part. Oh, I guess I still have some salt left over from not being able to make a send-off at the epilogue yesterday. Forgot to get back on and to set up my building projects yesterday. I had the perfect end quote too, but chat went dead on me. Aw, shucks. Sorry about that, Ziggs. Drew Zero's persona in Animal Crossing style. You? Me? Or are you talking about Nyx? Zero, I have 2 villagers I love. Tell me when to throw them at you. Alright! I'll let you know. After I draw all these cats. Oh boy, this Meowth is gonna be all the Meowth. Yep. Because Team Rocket is the sole reason Meowth is so well known. Why did I say 2 villagers I love when I have at least 4? I think the villagers are all back, just special characters that are missing. It's also sad when special characters go missing. We were just talking in the Discord today about Crazy Red. Haven't seen old Crazy Red in a long time. I like the little Easter egg they gave us for Mr. Rossetti in this new game, but doesn't seem like we're gonna be seeing any Red anytime soon. I was saying, like, it would be really nice to have just a little Easter egg. Like, you don't have to have him play a big part, but what if Red is like down on his luck now, you know, and like he had to swallow his pride and he works for Nook Incorporated. Nook's business seems like it keeps getting bigger and bigger, you know, like every game has him start as this mom and pop shop, like an old shack, just him, maybe not even his nephews. He recruits his nephews only later on. So it's just him in an old shack selling flowers and tools. And then by the end of the game, it like upgrades to a giant, like Silphco style, tower of a building. But this one starts with him just already the president and CEO of a giant company. It's a nice sort of explanation why they're in a small tent is because we're all basically starting off from scratch because it was a deserted island, but they call him like Mr. President Nook, CEO and everything. So he's doing good, you know, like Nook has moved up in the world. He went from shack, old shack, and struggling real estate to home decorator. What's it called in what was it called in Happy Home Designer? Whatever his business there is called. Interior designer. Oh shoot, what does Giovanni wear? I should dress him up like Giovanni. Except I think Giovanni only wears a generic suit, so that might not be. my mom walked by while we were playing Animal Crossing today, and she commented on how Nook and his nephews can't seem to hold their arms straight. They're always just flopping their arms. She's like, make them stop. Just hold your arms straight by the sides. And every time my parents walk by, they're not even walking by. Like, we're over in the living room where the TV is, and they're all the way over in the kitchen. But they'll just be walking around, and we're playing, and they're just going, me, mommy, me, mommy, me. Just making strange sounds, just mocking our video game animalese that Tom Nook is speaking in. Little problem with Giovanni's eyes is if he's not looking up, he looks a little surprised. There we go. I think that's a little better. Is he wearing a turtleneck? Is this a screenshot I'm looking at from Let's Go? Because he's got this like red shirt under his suit, and it basically just looks like a red turtleneck sweater. I feel like I was talking about something before I suddenly went off on a tangent. This is what happens when I'm tired. I become even less coherent than I usually am. Oh, he's a little off balanced. Let's put his hand in his pocket there. Put your hands behind there. It's a more dignified look. Just like to give them a little bit of a foot at the bottom, just so they have something to stand on, maybe. And, yeah, the clothes is a good thing because Persian doesn't really have much in terms of design. It's just one color. Helps cover up some of that nakedness. What is the tiger's tail? It's a little thicker and it goes a little like this. I feel like, yeah, even the tail doesn't have anything. Let's give him some whiskers though. He at least can get some whiskers. I think we can afford him that much. Little teeth? Too much? Anyway, let's move on to this color. Oh, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. There we go. Sorry. Let's move on to Alola Meowth. I don't really know what this one looks like, so I'm looking up a reference. Okay, so Alola Meowth. Back to the good old pointy ear design that I love so much. I could crosshatch all day, but I'm gonna go a little faster now because I don't want to spend all day on the Meowths. Honestly, Meowth is really just what, it was Meowth, Litten, and Incineroar that got me thinking, like, yeah, let's do the cats. Let's do all the cats. Whoa. Think Isabelle. I want Isabelle to move into my island. Hello, Rat Skull. Rat Rascal. Hello. I already got Isabelle. Nice. Really like to think of New Horizons as a set a few years after New Leaf, and he's writing off all the money he made in the New Leaf's town. Oh, so you got Animal Crossing. Are you liking it so far? I haven't actually played it much, honestly. I'll let you know next week how it goes, but yeah, I just started. Just got my first 2 tools and a campfire. Looks at my entire village together swaying their arms together. Aw, that's cute. Also, yeah, lol. New Horizons feel like retirement. This is his dream job. This is what he really wanted to do. It's what he's been saving up for. Sometimes I wonder about the continuity of these games. You know, like not even between installments, but just in the same game. Timmy and Tommy are like, come on down to our tent where we've got 24-hour customer service. And I'm like, but you were just at the airport to greet me. Like, and you were there when my brother started playing. What? How? How is this 24-hour? Like, why are you just wandering around outside like there's nothing else to do? I would imagine you would be like at the airport, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they have a sign up kind of thing, and then they fly Timmy and Tommy out to greet the new villagers. Maybe that's why they never get any business, really, like new human residents, because they're not out there advertising. They're just taking care of their current customers, which, you know, good on them. Good on them. I like Alola Meowth's smug face. Try a little bit of a different pose here. So me and my brother tried the co-op play where you basically do the follow the leader thing. It's not really good. The poor followers don't get to do anything really. Now, granted, we didn't have any tools yet. He was really excited to get going with the co-op, so like he didn't even want to finish his tutorial. He just like created his character and then made me create my character, and then it's like, okay, now let's do it. Like I was still trying to pick a spot to put my tent. But whoever gets to play leader, it's fun. You're just doing the game as normal, and you get to have your friends along. It's really cool. But unfortunately, there's not much to be done with for the other players because they don't get to carry any items. All the items you get sent to the box, and even then, it's not like a seamless thing like putting stuff in your pockets. It's like they pick it up and then there's this pause. I think you can shorten the pause by like mashing buttons or something, but yeah, it's it doesn't like I kept forgetting to mash the buttons basically, and took a while for me to get moving again. Camera follows you a little bit, so you can sort of mess with each other when you're trying to fish. You can't shake trees when the leader is talking to people. What kind of outfit would she wear? Let's see. I think this is the like a Alolan shirt. Oops. Let's color her in. My sister says she's Tom Nook and I'm Isabelle. Wheeler, will your sister buy my 10 tarantulas? That definitely looks like Anthro Giovanni, because if not, she's no Tom Nook. The man and his nephews are mad lads. Nah, that's Timmy Tommy. Caitlin only accepts Bell donations. Caitlin is valid. This is the same sister with the funny Persona 5 names, by the way. Skitty and Del Kitty. Low-key kinda cursed how the best moneymaker is tarantulas in this. Can we go back to the pretty beetles, please? The tarantulas, are they still like really dangerous? We're doing the regional variants first. I'm doing all of the Meowths first. That's what I'm doing. Timmy Tommy probably. Oh man. 6 cats just from Meowth. Hi Rat, hi Zig. These are their cousins Jimmy and Johnny. Jommy. Timmy and Tommy sound like gangster names. Game theory, there are actually 10 Timmy Tommies, but you only ever see 2 at any given time. Game theory, there's only one Nookling, and they call themselves Timmy and Tommy so they can double up, but they're just the same. They're the same. If you like accidentally stumble upon 3 of them, they have to make up a new name, like Tummy. Alolan Meow anime teleported when fighting Pikachu in the anime. Alolan Meowth in the anime teleported. It teleported? 1 in a 10,000 chance you see more than one Timmy Tommy at the same time, If you do, they have to erase your memory. You've seen too much. Well, hunt you down and make you faint. They're awful. Take it from someone who has seen gameplay via other streamers. They can be very nasty. Yeah, they're pretty bad in the other games. I'm glad they kept that though. It's a lot of fun. It's you don't often expect to be running for your life in an Animal Crossing game, but when you shake a tree and a beehive falls down, my heart rate does go up slightly. I still haven't figured out how to quick select my items. Still working on that. And oops. Yeah, basically I've just made my first 2 tools and a campfire, and that's been my playthrough so far. My brother seems a little underwhelmed by the game, though I don't know what he expected. I think he sees multiplayer and starts like getting excited, but Nintendo's never been that great with setting up multiplayer. Not same console multiplayer at least. So I don't know. Okay. So we got this kid. Now let's do the other. The big face. Where is... Alright. You know what? I'd like to think if there was a Pokemon Crossing, they would just make a perfect circle for a lowland Persian and just stick it on a base. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stick it on the normal cat's body so that it's like doubly weird how big it is. I'm gonna give him round ears though. How about this? I'm gonna give him the panther, the big cat face too, like the butt, the big butt that they have on their face. But it's like smaller, I guess. Yeah, but like it doesn't. I wonder. I'm thinking that emotions will be introduced later, and I'm hoping clapping is an emotion because they had my character clap with Tom Nook and the Nooklings when my brother crafted a tool, and so I was like, oh, I can clap, and I tried to do the clap and I couldn't figure it out. Like there was no place for me to select emotions, and like I would have liked maybe if they had it pop up. I just don't have any emotions because that'll let me know at least where that button is. But no, there's just nothing I can do. I only have one option, and that's selecting tools. I can't type anything. I can't select emotions or anything. I can't run around like heckling other players. So yeah, there's really nothing much you can do in that regard. I think maybe playing online with other people, like console to console, might be a little more fun. because you'll have your own screen and they'll have their screen, so you can essentially be playing, you know, just normal multiplayer Animal Crossing like in New Leaf. Uh-oh, it's kind of looking like a, those ears make it look kind of like a panda. So, hold on. Let's go back to the panther ears. I know Alolan Persian does have the round ears, but the panther ears just kind of give it more of a cat sense and not a bear vibe, you know? There we go. Still kind of looks like... You know what I need to do? I need to select this, make it bigger. That's what he's missing. He's missing a big old forehead. Missing the forehead. Usually you don't want to ever size things up. Whenever you take something small and you increase the size with transform, it like messes with the pixels, so it gets all soft and blurry, ruins the quality of it. But since these are just sketches, I don't really care. If I were gonna do anything with these, I would then, like, you know, redo the line art anyways, so it'll be fine. Also, I have a lot of resolution on this document, so a little resizing like that is okay. Alright. Now I think Clip does come with the ability to draw in vectors, in which case you could potentially just resize as much as you want, but the vector draw function kind of gets rid of some other functions, and I don't like that, and I haven't figured out if they're like, if you can do them but in other ways. I just rather not bother. Let's put his whiskers up here. Again, we're gonna make them really small to like emphasize how big his head is. There are two body types in Animal Crossing. There's, well, I guess there's technically three. There's the normal size, and then there's the large size. And occasionally you'll see something with a small size, like hamsters and ducks. But, generally most animals are either normal, medium size, or big large. And I just like the idea that this guy has the body of a small medium size animal, but then like this huge head. I don't know if that would break the game. Like they would have to maybe make a completely custom model for it. Maybe if we had a Pokemon Crossing, every species would have to be a little bit of a special character, I think. There might be some that can be fit into the same mold. But as soon as you start evolving, I think that's what I want to try. If I can get these cats done, and then do some villagers for fun, and if we still have time to spare, which we probably won't, but if we do, I want to try to do some evolved Pokemon, just like big boys, and see if I can fit them into into the tiny bod, you know? Bong. That's my favorite emotion in Animal Crossing, the bong. What's your guys' favorite emotion? What's the guy's name again? Dr. Skink? Is that what his name is? Dr. Skink. He, like, does the stand-up. Let me think. What kind of shirt? Let me look up Team Skull. What does Team Skull wear? They wear tank tops. And bling. Oh. Oops. Lost the lining. Like that. And oops. Drew the whole thing on the wrong layer. Let's take him, plop him up there. So I can go down here and color it in. Oops, that's the wrong color. No. Okay. Animal Crossing. Just plop this in pictures and scrap, and yeah, let's just call it that. Let's just do that. Sorry guys, let me catch up with the chat real quick. Move so fast you disappear, reappear somewhere else. The Dragon Ball Z move, the Super Saiyan move. Willie, how many people do you even know that are up to date with or invested in the anime as you are? There's just one Timmy, and he just moves so fast he looks like there's two of them. Ever since the gaming industry began moving away from split screen, it's been rather ugh. I don't even have a word for it. Split screen? Oh, you mean the gaming industry in general? I don't think Animal Crossing has ever had split screen, but I don't know how they would do split screen if you have like 8 players all together in one town island thing. He can even move so fast that it looks like there are 2 more at the airport. He just flies all the way back. Like, Assassination Classroom. Are Galarian Meowth and Berserker gonna be Viking cosplayers, or at least sailors? Yes! Emotions are later, and clapping is one of them. Yay! Yeah, sounds like you and your bro's experience with this game is being heavily hindered by you two jumping into multiplayer so fast. I mean, his is. I'm just kind of critiquing its multiplayer. I'm not upset at the game because I haven't played the game yet. You know, I've hardly started on the game yet. It's just he was looking forward to the multiplayer, it seems, from his reactions. Funny thing, Maybe a Pokemon crossing game would be tricky. Walking around in the museum, there are silhouettes of all the animals. Really? It's really cool. And eyeballing it, it actually looks like there's 7 different body types. 7 shapes, or like you mean like animal types? There's only 7 different animal types? Body types? I don't know. I'll have to see. Can't wait to visit the museum. Like, the fossils follow the line to the corresponding species based on ancestry, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Love the distressed dance the villagers do when nervous. Oh yeah, the toot with the sweat. Same as Tails. It's so cute. Didn't have a fave. Now that you mention it, that's my new fave. The distress dance. I do also love when they're being bashful and flowers appear around them. Oi! I just noticed that it's the Team Skull emblem. Yep. When I said split screen, I meant having 2 to 4 players on the same console. I'm also bummed on how my laptop isn't strong enough to stream on. Aw, that sucks. Yeah, streaming takes a lot. I was able to stream on my pretty bad laptop, so maybe you just have to play with your settings. All right, let's oh, I wasn't able to, man. I don't think I'll be able to fit all of the Meowths. So let's just do 2 more sets. Now Galarian Meowth. This little gremlin thing. So cute. It's got a big beard. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I'll be able to do the beard. You know, because it would break the shape of the head. But because it is an addition to the head, I might be able to... I liked the small beard, but I also didn't want to compromise on the big grin. So... Porque no los dos? What if I gave him a mustache? That means his face is gonna be really squished together. Though, you know, I don't quite mind. So, like, I'm a little confused about letting you start with both male and female hairdos. It's like... I feel like they gave us a very few options. I'm not sure what the difference between picking boy or girl is. Because in the past it used to be you picked a boy to get the boy hair, and then later you have to unlock the girl hair, and vice versa. But and then like further back in the past, the girls had to wear dresses and the boys got to wear pants. So like first 2 Animal Crossings, I think first 3 Animal Crossings, first 2 at least. I played boy characters because I didn't want to wear no skirt. I'm pretty sure in the second game you could wear pants as a girl. I can't remember though. I don't remember when they switched that. But like, now girls can wear pants. In fact, I think we all start with pants. So it's like, I kind of, like, if I picked girl, I kind of wish I had another row of, like, options for the hair. And, like, same for the boy. If I, like, picked boy, give me some more choices. The ones that we start with are a little, to be desired. I got the standard pigtail one, though, and these pigtails, when they wiggle, whenever you turn your head, they have some violent jiggles. It's very funny. I enjoy the jiggles. I know more hairstyles open up later, but it's like, it would have been nice to like have some more start. You know, you can have some cute short hairs for girls. Though I guess having the selection really limited at the beginning kind of encourages you to play faster so that you can unlock the salon. So are the Galarian Meowth gonna be sailors or Vikings? I don't know. I have like around 100 GB of space still free. Oh, that's plenty. That's way more. Out of 1,000? Why do you have 1,000 GB? Is it like one of those terabytes? Basically no gender difference in the game anymore. There's actually no difference between picking boy or girl. More hairstyles open up. Don't they have different eyelashes? Basically what you two are saying is you're basically unisex now. They made your gender rather ambiguous in Koroman as well. Yeah, I think if you're given pronouns, the game uses they. As far as I can tell, eyelashes are choosable too. Everything is just the same. There's no like difference between choosing boy or girl, and I think in the beginning it even says you can change this later when you're selecting the boy or girl part, which is funny. It's like the town name you can never change, but the thing that doesn't actually impact your game, you can just switch it whenever. It's fine. It's like, okay, but if there's no like difference, then what's the point? I mean, I'm not complaining that there's like hardly any difference. I've been very happy that I don't have to wear a skirt since they introduced pants. But I don't know, there's something about when a game gives you choice and you like squint and you're like, I feel like this doesn't matter. At that point, you're just pandering. You're just like patting me on the back. It's like, I know you need this. You get to choose a sticker. It's like, okay. Animal Crossing already had no stakes. It's like, you know, I know eventually I'm going to get to a point in this game where I have everything unlocked and there's practically no point on playing because it's just gonna be like, you know, the same thing every day. So I don't know. Unlocking opposite gender hair was like kind of a surprising thing to work towards in the last game, and maybe I'm just a kerfluffle that doesn't like change. I'm hoping the Nook Miles help make it a lot more replayable, like not replayable. You don't replay Animal Crossing. What's the word? Like continuable? Help keep it from getting dull, I guess. Are there Viking clothes in Animal Crossing? Animal Crossing Viking. I don't think so. Oh, there is. There's like scale armor. I guess I could give him the scale armor. That looks cool. It was probably just there to appease people who get mad at this thing. Yeah, I know. I know. And I'm sure there are some people who like to be able to choose too. It's easier to change stuff that has little bearing on the game, but like, what bearing does the name have? They can just like replace all the name dialogue, you know? But like emotionally, to me, I think it has more bearing, because what if I'm upset with the name later on and like I just want to change it to something else? I would have to like restart my whole game. In terms of game mechanics, I don't think it's that difficult for them to change the name of a town. I guess they just had to keep it make it something important. I don't know. I guess if you could just change it later, then there's no like there's none of that traditional 2-hour time frame in which we sit around the TV racking our brains for a proper name for the town, because then it doesn't matter as much. because I've always done that ever since the GameCube days. I remember when I was a wee little zero and my mom got me Animal Crossing and I popped it in and she was interested too because she just like dropped, money on a new game and wanted to watch me play. And I booted up and old Rover comes roving in and he's like, "Where you headed to?" And I was just like, "What?" I have to name the town. And I sat there for like 2 hours trying to pick a name. My mom left me because it's like literally, it's not that difficult. Like it doesn't matter. But no, it matters. It matters lots. And then I finally pick a name and they're like, "Well, what's your name?" And I'm like, and I had to like sit there. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. I think the first game was actually pretty quick, because I had a cute little nickname that me and my friends called each other. We had like little 3-letter nicknames for each other, so I just used that. Do you guys tend to pick a unique name for your Animal Crossing characters, or is Animal Crossing one of those games that you like to name after yourself because it feels like you're the one living in the game? Or like if you have a Sona name, like would Tails name it Tails, or do you come up with a different name for the character? My last Animal Crossing character's name was Salt. This time around, I named my character Toast. Let's just give him eyebrows, why not? Give him big eyebrows, why not? Ziggs is like, "I would not trust you with naming someone's child." Wheeler's like, no. Ziggs like, "You have a very strange way of naming people." Let me go back up a little. All sorts of good hairstyles are a fun thing to strive towards. They didn't remove it, just changed it. Okay. Then I look forward to seeing how that works out. In fact, when they first announced the New Horizons game, I was a little worried that maybe they got rid of some essentials, like a deserted island. Then where's the museum? Are they gonna keep the museum? Thank goodness they kept the museum. But like, you guys already have museums and stuff. If you guys have hair salons, I'm wondering exactly how long does this island feel deserted? You know? Cause like immediately, as soon as my sister starts the first account, me and my brother jumping in afterwards are like, okay, well, this just isn't a deserted island getaway anymore. You have this whole thing about sending us on a deserted island getaway, and it's like, but you brought us to a habited an inhabited island. Nook, I don't know if you know what a deserted island is. They could have framed it like maybe you signed up a long time ago and they just now are getting around to going. I don't know how they would have framed it. Honestly, I don't really like the deserted island getaway angle. Like it's some kind of cruise, like a vacation or something. Because honestly, we're setting out for New Horizons as settlers of a new frontier. Wait, I don't... So, Berserker doesn't have ears. Cause I love the you know, vacation island getaway angle when it came to the trailers. They really leaned into it, you know, with the sexy lady voice, kind of like, this is the Nook Inc. island getaway. You'll be whisked away onto a you know, a whimsical trip to a deserted island. Like, that was great. But as soon as we set foot on the island, it seems like we're going to be living here. We did not come here for vacation. We've come here to settle down and create a new life for ourselves. That's not usually what I think when I think island getaway, because you're getting away, but usually they don't use that term like in the permanent sense, you know? Like a getaway and then you go back. I guess like in a meta sense it's true because we're getting away from our real lives. And like, I forgot the weird horn whiskers. I'm gonna put them on the side of the head because there's not enough space next, like in between the ears. Tail says, wait, let me read up a bit just in case. I am looking forward to new hair. I like the little pigtail bobbles, but I am looking forward to seeing what other hairdos they include. And you know what? I take it back. I can respect a game that withholds a lot of content up front so that you can crave better content later on. You get a taste of it. Kind of makes you salivate a little. I think the name is more ingrained into the system. WRT online play at least. Oh, with regards to the online play, benefit of having the ultimate name by default, not having to come up with a new one. I don't play Animal Crossing at all. You have a very strange way of naming people. I would not trust you with naming someone's child. Yes, please don't trust me with that. I have a fake name made up from my real name for stuff like Animal Crossing, because for some reason I dislike being called Tails or Tailsimp there. I'm on like day 4 or 5 or 3, and more people want to move in. I mean, in the game, they play up that you moved out there to live on/develop the deserted island, and I can confirm that it feels pretty deserted when it's just you and 2 other villagers. You invited your whole family along. I sure did. I was a little surprised. We got 2 villagers when we first moved in, and I was like, oh, that's a very small amount. I don't remember when like how many villagers you usually start with, but that is a very small amount for the beginning of an Animal Crossing game. So I guess in that regard, it is pretty deserted. And I was a little worried because I was thinking maybe I was worried and also a little excited because I was thinking maybe every subsequent player who joins will also bring 2 new villagers, but that isn't the case. I was worried in the sense that I thought it would get really crowded really soon. But I was also just like eager to meet new characters. But then later I had to stop and think, and it's like, yeah, it makes sense that they wouldn't do that because you could potentially have a lot of people living, like a lot of players joining the game, and with each player bringing in 2 new villagers, that would fill up really fast. So I guess it made sense in the long run. We got Stinky the cat. I can't tell if he's a jock or if he's lazy. He seems like he's both, because he's really into like exercise, but then he'll like be sitting under a tree relaxing, and then you talk to him, he's like, I'm exercising. Sitting like this burns calories or something. But he has a great face. My sister loves him already. And then we got the yummy looking sheep, Frida. She's a hamburger, you guys. She's literally a hamburger. So, we've got those 2. And, the little spit of land that they give you at the beginning is, quite small. Haven't been able to build pole vaults to get across rivers yet. So it feels deserted, but it also feels very small right now at the beginning of the game. Obviously by design, I'm assuming. So yeah. The additional players who join really don't get much of anything, which is why it took me quite a long time to get started playing the game. Actually, I don't want these things to come off the feet. I'm gonna make them go up and down the foot, because that would make more sense for a game texture. Anyway. So, we all had to sit down together, all three of us, my brother, my sister, and I, so that we could experience the full introduction together. Because I had a feeling whoever joined later would not get the full hurrah. And yeah, so if you join first, if you play the game first, you get this whole thing where they give you a tent and you find a place to sit down, and then you like all gather together with the other villagers that came in with you. And okay, first of all, you get to walk up to the main camp together, you and the other villagers, and if you talk to them, they'll be like, come on, we don't want to be late, and they like, you know, are running up to the place. You get to talk to them. You get there, you have a campfire, like a little bonfire party to celebrate coming to the island, and you all have this like cute little moment where you like come up with names. I wish I had remembered the Switch has a screenshot option, so that I took a screenshot of us like shouting the names all at once, because I did not see any of the names that the Nook folks came up with. Apparently they all say like names that have something to do with Nook Inc. And you vote for it in, you hang out, and then you talk to Nook, and you're like, I'm feeling tired. You go to sleep. The next day, does Berserker have a tail? Oh, it does. It has like a tiny tail. What am I? Can I just take this whole thing and color it black? It's a fun to do. And then you go to sleep, and then the next morning, Nook is there outside of your tent, and he's like, "Howdy do? Let me give you your phone. Here's your phone, and now the time of day is the time of day it is for you in real life. So like, you know, have fun with the game." Oh, I think he like makes you collect fruit, and he makes you collect fruit and like sticks also for the bonfire. He like, the Nooklings ask you what you would bring with you to a deserted island. It's a lot of stuff. And then like when you start your a second account, a third account, it doesn't give you anything. you like, you get to the island, it doesn't even let you walk up to the to their little campgrounds. It just like transitions you up there, and Nooks is there, and he hands you your tent and your phone and your bill. And then you're like, you do the little I'm free dance. You do the I'm free dance after you get your tent and your phone. You haven't even set up your tent yet. You just have your tent, your phone, and your debt, and there you go. I'm like, wait, no campfire? Like, I know we're not gonna name the town, but I thought I would get a campfire. You're not gonna ask me what I'm gonna bring if I were going on an island adventure, you know? It's, okay. You're not gonna wait until I, set up my tent before you tell me how much everything's gonna cost? And I hardly settled down, Mr. Nook. I'm kind of still wet on my feet from getting off the airplane. All right. Just the bill. I hope you enjoy your lack of bonfires. That'll be $50,000. Be right back doing recycling. I forgot to dress up the Berserker. I'm gonna give him... also a belt. So yeah, I am glad we saved the introduction. I guess in a sense it's nice that we don't have to rehash too much. The game does spare you watching cutscenes over and over and over again. In that regard. It hardly looks like a cat. Let's be real. The Galarian Meowth, or rather the Berserker, they at least look like cats. In some sense of the word. But, yep. Let's see. The next one I have is Hoppip. Hoppip! Because I believe Hoppip is definitely a cat. Day one, I actually paid off my tent and stuff, lol. Oh yeah, it's not a huge debt at all. It's like 50,000. Very easy. Do they take away your tent after the first one? You're not gonna let me settle down before telling me how much it costs. Well, people always say they want their video games to be more realistic. 5,000 Nook Miles just felt so attainable. Oh yeah, that's also like a way lower number too. And I mean the original games, I think the first debt was also very low. Don't quote me on it, but I think the Bellage was a lot lower too, around the 5,000 mark. So they don't hold you down for that long. It's usually realizing that every time you pay off a debt, you're going to get another one that starts to drain people's money-making soul. So there's a little girl cat. What's her name again? Animal Crossing. Kiki, is it? Is her name Katie? Very cute. I'm gonna base the Hoppip off of her. And I'll probably after the stream boot up Animal Crossing and give it a play. Just my eyes were killing me earlier. I was not feeling up to staring at a screen for very much longer, so I had to like do something that allowed myself to blink a little more before the stream to recharge. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm just drawing Katie with a leaf on her head. I need to draw a Hoppip. That is what I'm doing. But she's got a very cute little schoolgirl bod. She's very cute. And this Google image search I'm looking at appears to be really high res. Got a lot of texture on it. I'm wondering if that means she's in New Horizons. I wonder if I can make the body even smaller. Because Hoppip doesn't have much of a body at all. In fact, they don't even really have hands, do they? Let me see. Oh, they do. Okay. They do have all 4 limbs. Very good. Hoppip is one of those fun evolutions that changes species when it evolves. The plant stays the same, but it definitely goes from more of a cat kind of thing to more of a dog or a frog-ish type of thing. I think, what's it called? Skiploom? I think Skiploom looks very like a floppy-eared dog. You know, that kind of dog, the ones with the floppy ears. Oh, you know, I don't know if he's gonna be out for much longer, but there's a boy. He's come out of his cage. That green thing he's sitting in is his toilet. And right next to it, the other green thing, is the tube that they keep playing in, or sleeping in, or rather, hiding in. Move it over. So yeah, I put their toilet right outside of their favorite hide so that they can come right out and have their poops. But they like to come out, sit in it, and then refresh themselves. So like what he's doing right now, he's just sitting in the toilet, cleaning himself. Look at him groom. Oh, what a good boy. Ratskull's like, I've only looked at him for 3 seconds and it's clear that he deserves the world. I love him so much. He's a good boy. I can't wait till he loves me. Though I am a little worried once they get more once they get a little more, what's the word, confident, they might jump out the cage, because I have the cage doors open right now. They're such cowards. They don't like come out or anything, so I don't feel a problem having the cage doors open so that I can get the, oh my goodness. So I can just get the camera right there, you know? Without the bars blocking the view. I don't know what the watering can looks like. In any case, I'm doing a lot of like random complaining, but honestly I haven't played the game at all, and I'm still I'm basically just, I just want to play more Animal Crossing, okay? I think that's where all this frustration is coming from, is I got a taste And that's about it. I haven't played Animal Crossing in a long time. It's been so long since the last Animal Crossing. So this is just kind of a lot of me thinking a little too hard about things that I've only just encountered briefly. And when you're tired and you overthink things, sometimes you just complain. But a lot of people have been enjoying Animal Crossing. I think what I've seen so far is great. The graphics are beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So nice to have Animal Crossing on the big screen once again. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play some more after this. I hope Nook doesn't close shop. Tommy and Timmy said, or rather, I think it was Tommy who was running around with the little flag outside, you know? But he said they were open 24... What was that? 24/7. So, I assume that's not always going to be the case. I assume later on they're going to start having business hours so that they can have a life. Not much to work with in terms of Hoppip. So I'm just gonna say it would read more like a Hoppip if I were to color it. Because then it would be pink. And a Weedle pink cat would definitely read. A little pink cat with yellow eyes. I think that would be a bit unmistakable, but as now, let's move on. Wait, ears. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Now I hover around 30k Nook miles. They just build so fast. Back and with a sorbet. Oh, Skitty. Oh, Hoppip? I didn't think Hoppip was cat-like. Take a quick look at Hoppip again and you will see the world differently. I didn't realize how much the chat blocks the screen. Baby boy. Oh, he's adorable. Oh yeah, my baby boy! Look at him running around. I've only looked at him for 3... Okay, a lad. That Hoppip also deserves the world. 8 years, I think. New Leaf was 2012, if I remember right. Zero, I want to go to your town. The tent stays open 24/7. You don't have to worry about hours until you have a proper shop. Well, running a shop 24/7 with only 2 employees isn't a good thing. Neither is running a tent. He says himself that it's not comfortable in there. So of course you'd have to have business hours. Look at Krusty Krab. Complete skeleton crew. Where did the boy go? I hear him ripping things apart. I just don't know where he is. Anyway, move along. What do I have next on my list? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're not gonna have enough time to go through all of these. So I'm gonna read off the rest of the cats, and you guys tell me which one you want to see, okay? Alright? So, coming up next, we have Raikou, Entei, Suicune, the legendary beasts. Raikou and Entei are definitely cats. I don't know about Suicune, more of a dog. Let's move on. Skitty Delcatty, or Dalkitty, as I always called her, but like Delcatty is how it's spelled. You got Shinx and Luxio. And Luxray. I guess I would have to do all of them. Purugly, Purloin, Liepard. Oh, Glameow, sorry. Glameow, Purugly, Purloin. I saw Purugly and Purloin next to each other, and I just, like, oh, those must evolve into each other. No, that's not how it works. Litleo, Pyroar, Litten, Torcat, Incineroar, Marshadow, maybe, and Zeraora. I don't know what that one is, but it looked like a cat to me. Meowstic! Oh, I forgot about Meowstic. I'm not gonna do Meowstic. Meowstic's line already kind of look like Animal Crossing characters. I would just be drawing them with slightly bigger heads. But, I'm getting... What's that called again? Zara. Zeraora. I had never even looked at this thing closely before. Okay, we'll do this one, and then we'll move on to actual villagers, because I want to mix things up a little, you know? I don't want to spend all day just drawing cats. So while I draw this last one, if y'all want to think of some villagers that you really like. Was it your first villager? Was it your favorite villager? Was it the one that you love to hate and hate to love? You really didn't want to be in your team, on your town, but by the time they left, it was bittersweet. One of my favorite villagers in New Leaf was Olaf. This is weird looking anteater guy. But he's so nice and very, like, sophisticated in his speech. He'd always call me Deary. I think someone else started the nickname Deary, and he just, like, picked it up, and I was like, oh gosh. He never, like, really liked me though. I couldn't get him to give me his photo, no matter how much I stalked him. So, but he's basically my boyfriend. In my old town, I think Goldie was my girlfriend. I don't remember if it was Goldie. It might have been Cookie. No, I think it was Goldie. It was the golden retriever one. Was that mine or my sister's favorite? Anyway, but she was another favorite of ours. Back in the day, I had, what is his name, Gonzo? Or something like that? I really liked the grumpy villagers. I think the grumpy villagers are my favorite. Because I remember having whatever the goat's name was, whatever the koala's name was. I had those two at different points in my life. There was a bear, Grizzly the bear. Is that what it was called? He was really great to have. What's your favorite villager type? Sky and Chief were my first two villagers in my very first town. And Chatter is just cute and really nice. All the wolves are just so good. Also like Raymond, but I've never had him in town. He just has a good design. Oh yeah, there are those ones that just look really cool and you just never were able to get. What do you guys think about Amiibo? Like, there are some people that think buying an Amiibo card and like swiping it and just getting whatever villagers you want is a little bit missing the point of Animal Crossing, where it's like you just kind of get whatever, you know, whoever ends up in your town. You don't get to choose your neighbors. Not Mew, then do Skitty. Oh yeah, Mew is kind of a cat too. Don't know any of the villagers aside from Isabelle, thanks to the internet and Mario Kart 8. Maybe Yuka, she's a longtime favorite. First ever villager. You guys remembering your like first evers? That's so cool. I wish I had enough memory to like remember like that far back. I feel like Billy the Goat was one of my very first, but I'm not entirely confident that that was the case. I just saw him like climbing around, so I had to like switch over real quick. But I feel like he was one of my first villagers. I have good memories of him. This is certainly one way to draw this Pokemon for the first time. Let's kind of shape his face with the black part. And then I don't know, like maybe these parts would come off the face. I don't know how much I'm allowed to like break the contour. How much they would allot for that. Maybe I should have done some like research by looking at all of the cat villagers in the game and like see the how far they push that design. My favorite kind of weird design when it comes to villagers is when they make them look like food. I was so happy to get Frida, the sheep, because she looks like a hamburger. But there's I think there's a rhino that has a horn that looks like a strawberry. He's basically like some kind of strawberry cake. Obviously, there's the octopus that looks like an actual takoyaki. Oops, I colored the wrong part. That's not the part that gets colored. This part is the part that gets colored. He's already basically wearing clothes. Without me giving him a shirt, you could just like imagine, oh, that's probably his shirt. Which means I need to make his fluff come a little bit lower to block off the arm so that the arm and the body don't just become one. And then these little Charlie Brown marks on his legs. You cannot put black zigzags in that fashion on yellow and not expect me to think it's Charlie Brown. All right, and let's move on to something else. Drawing in a different style is fun for a little while, but let's see what happens when I can loosen up a bit and draw some villagers, but maybe not quite in such a stilted fashion. I hope you enjoy these designs that I've come up with. And just for fun, let's add a little bit of color. Oopsies. Oh gosh. Okay, so his face is actually black. Does that mean I should color it black? Yes, it does. I'm gonna try coloring it black, and that means the nose and the mouth will be white. Maybe that looks a little closer. I think that's what it was missing. The black face and the ears. I forgot about the ears. It's a little closer. red is usually shown as black in manga, so if pink is light black, then I'll color in the pink. And also the flower, I guess. Because why not? And then, obviously, this whole thing needs to get colored in. I think the rest of him is yellow, though, so... the shirt, I guess. And then, I don't know what part of this guy is gonna receive color. I don't have the references up anymore. That was my mistake. I think the tips are colored in. Yeah, otherwise I would basically just color the whole thing in. So I think that's good for now. I will write down the villagers that you guys said. Going back up a little bit. We got Yuka, Sky, Chatter, Chief, Goldie. Oh, I said Goldie. You were probably saying that because I said it. Raymond. Marshall. How could I not suggest Mew, laments Wheeler. Ratskull sits here with my 4 amiibo cards. Oh no, I have amiibo myself. It's just the idea of using them. Tails really likes the Uchi or Sassy class. Don't know who my overall fave is, but she's favoring my town right now. Are you talking about Sky? I don't actually know Sky. Is Sky a bird? I'm assuming Chatter is a mouse. And Chief is probably a wolf. Have you ever considered having your rat cam always on and in the corner of your screen so you don't have to worry about switching? It takes up so much space and they hardly ever come out. Like right now, I can hear them munching on paper, but like I don't see them at all. They're not there. So I could have the rat cam up constantly later on if they get more active, you know? The character named Frida doesn't look like an apple. Frida. I thought a Frida was like a reference to some kind of Mexican dish. I don't know what I was thinking of, but like a Frida sounded kind of Mexican, you know? But yeah, you're right. Apple Frida. So Frida has these, here, let me just demonstrate. Frida's a sheep, right? So she has these like fuzz layers, and these layers are colored like hamburgers. But then she has a shirt that has like a hot dog, and then her horns are these striped like this, and honestly they look like peppermint. So I don't know what her deal is. Honestly, she should have been named something like Fiesta or something, because she's like a party. But I don't know. What's Zora would look like? Can we do Skitty now? Zigzagoon, I will do Skitty later, but I'm plumb tired of doing those. I want to draw some actual villagers, and then maybe at the end for the final draw, I will do Skitty. You get dibs on that. I've just been drawing like cat-shaped villagers all day. Not all day, but all stream. Let me look up these characters. Yuka, Animal Crossing. I don't know what Yuka is. Oh, it's a koala. I thought a koala was what's it called? A variant of the little bear. I didn't realize koalas are just their own species now. Oh, she looks sassy. Okay, well, so drawing Pokemon in Animal Crossing style always gets me going a little bit stilted because I'm always wondering, like, man, how much am I allowed to break the mold of the character design to make it still look like Animal Crossing style, and not just a really chibi anthro Pokemon. But drawing Animal Crossing characters outside of their style can be a lot more fun because then you see elements like Fritta's hair and you're like, maybe I can free that from the constraints of the style. You know, like you get to go the opposite direction. Now she looks a lot more devious than that. But yeah, if I had the rat cam up all the time, then instances like last stream where they literally never just came out would be a little sad, and you know, give up some prime real estate. But I didn't get this camera for nothing. Someday I'm gonna get it so that they will love to come out when I put treats in. The thing with my rats, the weird thing about my rats is they're very unfood motivated, especially Domino, the one that you were seeing earlier, the black and white one. He's the only rat anyone has ever heard of who doesn't like Cheerios. I'll hand him a Cheerio and he'll like turn his nose up at it. And I'm like, come on, you were eating Cheerios yesterday. Duncan will just grab Cheerios. It was so funny. Today I was trying to give them treats. And whenever Duncan came out, I would give him a piece of Cheerio. I've discovered this little, I don't know what you would call it, life hack where instead of, give me a sec, I want to see what he's chewing on. Give me a sec, I just want to make sure he's not chewing on anything. Okay, apparently the boys have escaped the cage and are now running around in the free range area. And that crunching sound I keep hearing is they've discovered the biodegradable packing peanuts, which they're not allowed to eat a lot of because they're made of cornstarch, which is basically nothing. But I'll let them munch a little bit longer, I guess. Actually, give me another sec. I'm gonna go put their little bridge up. Alright. My boys are also very stupid. They have yet to discover how to use the little ramp that I've built for them to get in and out of the cage. They always climb up onto the cage from the doors, not know how to get down, and then like climb down the side of the cage and fall to the ground, and then they're like, help, I can't get back home. I'm like, I built you a ramp. It's right there. Do you think this gingham shirt that she's wearing is more like a dress? You think, like, cause it's rather long. It's rather long on her. Uh-oh. And now he's chewing on the carpet again. No! Don't eat my carpet! Domino has taken to eating carpet, and it's kind of, I'm not sure how you're supposed to deter rats from chewing on stuff. I don't think it's possible. So it might be that I have to get another rug. I don't know. Like, honestly, when I move out, I would probably have to like replace the carpet in my room because it is pretty bad. But it still bothers me when he's munching on carpet. Like, he's not eating it, he's just ripping it out. I have some long fibers on the carpet, so he's just like ripping strands of it out. I don't know where this came from. Like, he's never chewed on it before. Then again, we haven't really come out much before. Okay, I'm not gonna spend too long on that. That's Yuka. Very cute. I really like the koala villagers. They're very fun. Did they add a new like animal type? Oh, Sky is a wolf. Sky's a wolf. I didn't expect that. I was thinking it would be like a blue jay or something. You know, the other day I suddenly remembered that there are chickens in Animal Crossing. I hadn't seen a chicken in a while, which is sad because I think I had a chicken in my my New Leaf. Is that what it was called? I can't remember now. Suddenly, because the new game is called New Horizons, I'm like, did the last game really start with the same word? Sky looks worried, but I'm gonna make her happy. Because I think the worried is just from the angle of the mouth. She looks... Well, the big eyes don't help, honestly. So, I don't know. She looks a little worried, but how do I want to translate this thick eyeliner she has? She has like a really thick eyeliner. I wonder if there are many different species being brought about with the wolf design. Because I could imagine, you know, like, I think there is actually a German Shepherd that has the wolf body type. Gotta make her pupils really big, otherwise she'll look a little creepy. Actually, she still looks creepy. Shoot, it's this like really thick eyelash. Okay, let me try a different approach. This isn't working. Let me try a different approach. What if it's like black fur around her eyes? That's kind of cute, right? I think maybe the proper way to do Animal Crossing Pokemon is to first get the closest body type to the animal that matches your Pokemon. Draw everything so that it fits neatly within the body type without breaking the mold. And then basing the next drawing off of that drawing that you just did, pretend that you didn't draw the first drawing and redraw it back into your own style. Then you got some gold right there. Maybe that's the proper... What if you do all of that and then your final product just looks like the normal Pokemon again? I'm sure with some Pokemon, like maybe Purloin or Meowstic, it would literally translate front, like forwards and backwards roughly the same way. But with other Pokemon, like I can imagine Charizard could be pretty fun. Any of the evolved form Pokemons, like Venusaur. Anything chonkier than your standard Animal Crossing character. She's very floofy. Some things I also wonder, like, because her hair thing is this round stuff, does that mean her fur should be a little floofier? Is that just something that they couldn't translate into the game? Like, what if her like, let's say her cheek fuzz was also floofy. Like petals. Now, when it comes to drawing it in my style, does that mean I need to draw it like an actual wolf, or do I still keep the Animal Crossing proportions? I think I'm gonna keep the Animal Crossing proportions, but I will give her a little more neck. And, oh, this outfit she's wearing in this image is pretty cute. Well, you know what this means, guys. Once the stream's over, I have to go wrangle rats again. Is that what it's called when you have to get a bunch of sheep into a pen? Sheep wranglers? Cow wranglers. That's what cowboys do, right? This looks like a really fluffy sweater. So, I don't know if this is a custom design that I'm looking at. Like, maybe someone designed this outfit and then gave it to her. I'm drawing it a little differently, and it's kind of losing its sweateriness. So let me just put it back to normal. It's got this string going around the neck, and I kind of wasn't sure how to do that with the fluffy neck that I gave her. So I'm like, let me change it, but then I changed it wrong, and now I'm regretting it, so I'm going back. Life is full of regrets, and Animal Crossing is teaching us to live with the regrets by making you name your island and then not letting you change it ever. My sister named her character Jam. It makes sense in context. And so my brother named, and then I named mine Toast because it goes with jam. And then my brother named himself Parfait at my mom's suggestion, surprisingly. I'm running out of room here. And she's kind of feeling like she needs pants. But let's just shrink her up slightly. And so we were like, wait a minute, why didn't we name our island Breakfast? Because we're basically just all the breakfast items. I know parfait isn't really a breakfast item, but if you make your parfait with just, you know, Greek yogurt, canned fruit, and granola, that's basically a breakfast. But, I would have wanted to call it Breakfast Island, or like Breakfast Land, or Breakfast Town, or something, and that wouldn't have fit. Like, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have fit. We were gonna call our island, Papaya Falls. And, like, we were gonna, like, have some water features. But even falls wouldn't fit. Papaya Falls wouldn't fit. It was, we got Papaya Space Fall. And, It was the same problem with other names, like my original plan, Banana Fish Island, didn't fit. Couldn't get an island. Too long. Banana was just too long. Like, we couldn't do Banana Island. We were gonna call it Bananada, like Canada, but banana. But there are a lot of words that when you write it out and then you look at it up on that Animal Crossing screen, they don't look much like words anymore. And Bananada was just one of those. There were way too many N-A-N-A-A-A-A. Looked really bad. We were also thinking Butterfish, because butter is a cute name. But then once we put it up on the screen, we took a one look and we're like, great. There it is. A big old butt. Like, it just really stands out when you write it in that weird font that they've chosen for the naming screen. So, yeah, a lot of it was just, you know, trying out names, but like seeing if it looks good also. And like it maybe in a different context, like in actual speech, it would sound fine or look fine. But all right, I'm having way too much fun with this character right here. I don't know if it looks much good. It's starting to look a little bit like a fox, which I'm a little unhappy about. Is this just Zootopia? Is that what I've done? Is that what Animal Crossing is? Animal Crossing in my style equals Zootopia? I don't know how I feel about that. How do I make it more like a wolf? Shorten the nose and make it bigger. Make it stockier. And honestly, that's all I can do. That's all I have time for. Moving right along. Well, Ratskill really loves how I drew her, so that's good. You're having fun because Sky is good, a good doggo. Let me look up words a bit. They never leave the cage, the cowards. Yeah, they're like, excuse you. Like, leaps out the cage. I'm surprised that both of them are out. It sounds like both of them are out. I expected Domino to maybe yeet himself out by accident. Because Domino has been very curious about the outside world. Duncan, I didn't think would ever step foot out. Oh, Zig thinks the Hobbit is cute with the flower they're watering. Thank you. Pink is lightish red. This guy's a wolf feeling blessed because after several island tours, I found Yuka and got her to move to my island organically without having to use her card. It's like a dream come true. Can't believe Domino is a serial elitist. I know, right? Rat hipster. Oh boy, I'd like to remind everyone that at the start of the streams, there was like, you calling me out on my lies. They heard you talking smack. It could be a dress, the boys munching the carpet. What was that about being a coward? I'm gonna show you. Yeah, she's a really nice wolf. All those names are the cutest. Oh, thank you. Back from being BRB'd longer than expected, cause thought I was just taking down my diploma to show off my parents, and then got dragged into credit card talk. Oh man, when my dad gets going with credit card talk or like finance talk or just any kind of talk, my dad isn't the kind to give you any kind of talk, but if you get him started, Okay, so... I'm gonna try something here. I'm going to... Oops. I think he's eating carpet again. I'm gonna go over there and smack him. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't smack my rats. I don't know if, like, they have a sense of, like, retaining knowledge. Like, so the idea is they should be able to make connections because you can train them. You know, rats are trainable. You can make a noise, give them a treat, and then they'll associate the treat with the noise, and then when you make the noise, they'll come for the treat, and then you can, like, teach them to do tricks that way. But I don't know if it works in reverse. Like, if they do something, and every time they do that thing, you, like, spook them, would they stop doing the thing because they're like, oh, if I do the thing, something will spook me? I don't know if they're smart enough to do that. I think it's only, it's not correctional, it's only, like, you can only invoke something. You can't make them, self-correct themselves in the future. Which I guess is good, because I don't want them to associate, like, I don't want them to remember every time I, like, move a little too fast and it scares them to death. I want them to forget those, and then eventually come back and try to get the treat again. This mouse is very well dressed. Like, the first thing I saw was that he was made of cheese. And I was like, ugh. And then I saw he was wearing, like, a James Bond outfit, and I'm like, huh? Did not expect that fashion choice. I guess I shouldn't have judged him by the flavor of his skin. He is wearing... Okay, I will judge his fashion choice because he is wearing a sleeveless tuxedo. And I understand that animals cannot wear sleeves. But... I mean, it's such a look. I'm not even going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he would have worn sleeves. You know what makes an anthropomorphic animal look like it's drawn in the Zootopia style? Is having them walk on their flat feet. A lot of animals walk up on their toes. So when you're doing cartoon animals, you have two choices. Do you do the anatomical equivalent to human anatomy and consider their whole foot the foot and, like, bring them down onto the feet, which, you know, is a good maneuver. It gives you a lot to work with. Makes a lot of sense. usually when you decide to keep the anatomy, you make them still walk on their toes, it tends to make them look a little more bestial, a little less human, a little more like this is a creature that learned to walk. Which, you know, isn't always the case. I mean, Meowth is a creature that learned to walk, and he walks on his flat feet. So who knows? But, like, think werewolf versus, like, Nick Wilde, I guess. I hope the rats find their way back into the cage themselves. I'm hearing one of them. Oh, good. Domino has done so, so I was hearing... That was the sound of them climbing back. You might be thinking, wow, that mouse has a really big head. Yes. Anyway. Do you think Chatter is actually made of cheese? Like the takoyaki guy and the strawberry rhino guy? Or is he just a spotted yellow mouse that unfortunately looks like cheese? Or do you think he was a yellow mouse that got himself tattooed because he's a Chad? That's rather interesting. Alright, let's see what Chief looks like. If this is another dog, okay, that's not what I expected. What's the wolf that looks like a, golden retriever? That's what I thought Chief was. This does not look like Chief. This is Chief? Well, first of all, I thought Chief was a boy. Oh, Chief is a boy! Chief has really pretty eyes. Chief looks very effeminate. I was thinking, like, Chief is the kind of name that sounds like it should have stubble. You know, like a golden, not golden, like a German Shepherd has that black muzzle. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hold on. Do you see that little gray blob up there? That's Duncan! Duncan is back in the cage. Oh, and there's Domino as well, popping up. Okay, I'll put this down here, so if you guys want to see them for a while. I don't know how long they're gonna be up there. Anyway. I think I'm also thinking, like, Lady and the Tramp. You know? He's grumpy. He also does not look grumpy. He does not look like a grumpy villager. Yeah, so, give me a sec. Let me just pull up this reference again so I can see it. Because I'm just thinking of, like, Chief from Lady and the Tramp. So I'm thinking something like a grizzled old guy. Okay. So, admittedly, I do assume all... Why am I drawing his hair first? I'm forgetting how to draw. When I start drawing wolves, I sometimes forget just how to draw, because I don't actually know how to draw wolves very well. I'm trying to understand this character. He looks smug to me. He looks like a smug villager. Okay, so admittedly, when I hear grumpy villager, I do assume it's going to be an old guy. And I guess this guy looks like a rich boy. This looks like a bead. Which reads smug to me, but I suppose they could be grumpy. He's got like a white shirt and an ascot. Oh no, I'm just drawing Nick Wilde now. Why does everyone just turn into Nick Wilde? Would Nick Wilde be a grumpy villager or a smug, snooty villager? I'm realizing some of you probably don't know what I'm talking about when I'm describing these characters as being, that's not what I expected, which isn't really a description, but and to that I'd say, look it up yourself. Chief from Animal Crossing. But I've basically drawn him at this point. That eye is too big! I was not considering the shape of the noggin. Let's move it over a little. So guys, I had a closing statement for the stream last night, but my connection cut out before I could enter it. Share with us your closing statement, Ziggs. I actually didn't write a closing statement. Hi, Mouse. Thanks for coming. Goodbye, everybody. I'll remember you all in therapy. Rats! Alright, let me go up a little bit. Let me catch up on the chat. I'd like to believe he's a yellow mouse who dyed parts of him dyed parts of his fur darker yellow to look like cheese. He's grumpy and I love him. His start catchphrase is harumph. So what are you up to? Harumph. You're too distracted by Chief's pretty eyes to remember how to draw. Yeah. That's it. So, want some vinegar or pepper to go with your salt? It's the boys. Yeah, I called my rats cowards and then they escaped the cage. Okay, I don't know how to get Animal Crossing bodies onto the kind of heads I'm drawing for these wolves, so I'm just not gonna. Let's see. What if I made it like... No, that's weird. I really wish they would wear pants. You know, because he could use some pants, like that. I'm gonna cross his arms. Yeah, he seems like an arm crossy kind of guy. An arm crossy kind of fellow. But yeah, Mouse, my rats started eating carpet today. I let them out of the cage, and they started munching on my carpet. I say they, but really it's just Domino. It's just the one. Never been much of a muncher, but now he loves to pull strands out of my carpet. And, so, since you can't really deter rodents from chewing, I'm gonna have to think of a way to block off all the carpet. Oh boy. If I get another wolf, I'm gonna try to draw it a little less realistically on the top so that I can give it Animal Crossing proportions on the bottom. Figuring out how to make the legs not look weird and naked is taking a little more time than I want it to. So, yeah. Let me straighten this knee so that he's putting more weight on this knee. On this leg, I mean. And, that's Chief. Oopsies. It's got a pink ascot and a pink ears. Okay. Moving right along. Who is next on the list? We got Raymond. Raymond. These are a lot more fun, I must say. Oh, it's a cat! Well, I've been doing a lot of Pokemon cats in the Animal Crossing style. Now I get to do... Oops. An actual Animal Crossing cat. In whatever style I want. My wolves are looking very much like foxes, I must say, and it upsets me. That's one of the things about the canines that I need to study a little more, is trying to get them to differentiate themselves. To differentiate themselves into... I think the wolves are a lot more stockier. They got fluff, but they're not as fluffy as the foxes, you know? The foxes have big floof. Just like... They're basically just floof with legs. And their legs are a lot thinner, too. The wolves have giant square-shaped paws. Their faces look very different, but again, when you translate that into cartoons, you need to start making decisions. Oh man, this guy has glasses. Is this a new character, or has he been around? I didn't think animals could wear glasses. I love anything that can be described as floof with legs. That sounds like the sheep villagers to me. Used to have just a pink and white striped shirt. My cat claws the furniture too, so I was wondering where you put this outfit out, but that's his new outfit. It's very very posh, don't you think? Single hit point was all that was left thanks to a future sight. I can't believe it. My heart almost stopped. I mean, Lumpy's heart almost stopped too, but thank goodness it didn't for either of us. Pure fortune. I mean, I think that's the second time Lumpy survived just through pure fortune. Wasn't there another time when I, like, let her take a hit from something that would have killed her, but it, like, something happened to the move? Like, either she avoided it, or, like, it took less damage or something. I don't know. But, like, I think I was clearly not thinking, and everyone else afterwards was like, you! Okay, I hate glasses. Let me draw his eyes first, maybe? No, I need to draw the glasses first. Raymond is the one that Raymond... Is it Raymond? Yeah. Raymond is the one you said you always wanted but never got, right? Because it has a cool look. So that means this guy's been around for a while, right? Unless you just saw them. If they just came out for this generation of Animal Crossing games, then your pining has been very recent, which is possible. But I would be interested to see how this guy looked in their original forms, because I didn't think it was possible for villagers to have these kind of glasses, at least. Ones that seem to pop off the face. Like, these glasses are shapely. My goodness. The current Animal Crossing is doing something with its texturing that makes things that would essentially be just flat textures feel like they have dimension. I'm talking about stuff like Timmy and Tommy's eyes and like Tom Nook's eyes. You know, the way that they their eyelids kind of go like this. You have like this texturing on this side and like this light on that side, and then like here as well around the rim of the eyelids, so that it makes it look like it's bumped out. I don't know how else to describe it. Okay. Let's draw this nerd hair. While I don't have anything against people using amiibos to get villagers into their town, I do feel weird using my amiibo. So when I was playing Animal Crossing New Leaf and I wasn't playing for a long time, I started getting worried that my boyfriend would leave me if I went back to discover that he wasn't there anymore, that he had moved away. So I went and bought an Olaf amiibo card just to have it, you know, so I can be possessive and like force him to come back if he does leave. You know, like a normal girlfriend would. And he was still there. But then I was telling my friend about this and he's like, well, you see, and apparently, so the way that it works is, you know, when your villagers move away in New Leaf, you can see them appear in your, what's it called, the little city part on the top. I forget what it's called, but they'll like show up. I have some villagers who moved away and they just are always there. It's almost like they've never gone. It's like I can still hear their voice. Fuchsia the deer was always there. Hammy, my best friend, the jock hamster, would always be there. And they'll remember you. They'll be like, hey, I remember hanging out here. Isn't it great? Like, love it here. If you use the amiibo card to bring them back, they don't remember you anymore. It's like you've erased them from existence and cloned them and created a new them. So like, Olaf would be back, but it wouldn't be my Olaf. It would just be a Olaf. And I felt like that was weird. It upsets me, quite frankly. And then it gets me thinking about, like, teleportation again, because it always comes back to, if you were to get into a teleporter and it like takes you apart atom by atom and then recreates you on the other side, would you have died? You and your consciousness right now would no longer exist, and now like after your death, the people around you, or like rather in that other location, would now have a new you that has all of your memories, and thinks it's you, and acts like you, and is basically you, but as far as you're concerned, you're no longer around. The world would not have lost you, per se, because there would still be a you in there. But you would have lost the world. It's such a weird thought, and it always like comes to my brain when I think of cloning, and not cloning, teleportation. It's one of my favorite aspects of that new Astro Boy movie, the American one or the Western one. I don't know who made it. I assume it's America. The CGI one that I almost could have liked if not for that one gladiator scene that they like did really poorly and I didn't like at all, and it kind of ruins the whole movie for me. But like in that movie, Astro Boy is a robot that has been implanted with the memories of this boy that just died. Through his DNA, his father was able to extract his memories, and the father created a robot son and implanted the memories, and then placed the robot son in his son's bed, and like the robot wakes up, like turns on, and thinks he's a human. He thinks he wakes up and he's like, I'm just, what was his name? What was the name that they gave him? Like Toby or something. And then later he's like, no, you're a robot. And it's like, no, I'm Toby. I'm a human. I'm, oh my goodness, all of my memories are a lie. Like, can you imagine you yourself with the way that you think right now? Like, you wake up one day and you know that you're you, and then you discover you're not you. It's like, it's not that you think that you're you, it's like you know you're you. He has all of his memories. He thinks like that other person because they were implanted in him. It's so weird. It was very juicy, though. I really liked that part of the story. I wish they had focused on that. So much more interesting than the original, even. In terms of concept, I never really read or watched the original. I have the first volume. I saw it at a used bookstore, and I picked it up because I am a hoarder of books. I don't read much, but I love owning books because they have the potential that I'll read them. I'm a little unhappy with the placement of his hair. I think it's a little too over to the side. I would like it to be a little more to that side, because right now it doesn't look like it's in the center of his head. And I think with that, I'm pretty much done for just one last bit. Don't remember exactly how it looks, but here's a skitty from memory. Give her a little kimono. How about that? Forget about being accurate to the clothes and stuff. The clothes mechanics. And the tail. It's not really an Animal Crossing character anymore. It's more like just an Anthro skitty. But there you go. There's a little skitty just for the road. Just want to color him in. He's got this like great kind of gray aesthetic going on. Don't want to deprive him of that. He thought hard about his outfit, and look at that. Doesn't that look dashing? Dashing through the snow. Chief is fancy. I love him. Yay! Mouse, you missed practically the entire stream last night, showing up only out. No, Mouse was there earlier, I think. Also, at one point, Vito almost killed Lumpy. I was wondering where you pulled the outfit out. My cat claws the furniture. Blah blah blah. I think I read all of this. Sounds like sheep. I believe animals couldn't wear accessories like glasses before, but they can in New Horizons. That was the second time Lumpy survived a one-hit point due to love. Lumpy really loves me, and I love her. And I love you. I can't really say anything about it though, because Golden Sun exists because that happened twice in the same battle. Well, he is now, yeah. 'Tis a new pining. Apparently I have 300 notes on DA. Wow. Wheeler. WTF, what happened? Well, most of that is the PEA stuff going on, as well as 3 updates. But also someone apparently favorited 100 of my picks. Very deep. That's quite a new fan. That is that. What? Shocking truth bombs. You're getting real deep, baby. Skitty! Yeah, and with that, I think we are done here. I'm sorry. Oops. I didn't get to draw Marshall, whoever that is. Let me look it up. Marshall. A squirrel! Oh no! That's a travesty. Well, here. I'm just gonna... yeah. Can't believe they finished the stream without drawing me. Can't believe it was left out of the stream. No, Marshall, you get to join because you are a squirrel, and I love squirrels. I love squirrels, and I don't know why. I don't know though. The squirrels in Animal Crossing are not my favorite squirrel design. Like, I like squirrels because they have a very specific shape. And whenever I see them in cartoons or like when I draw them, they tend to lose sort of that squirrelness that I enjoy. There's nothing about a squirrel that endears me to them apart from just their shape. They're such a great looking creature. And I don't know what it is. But when I've been trying really hard to like capture it. There's also like, I think I decided to go with the big eyes. Highbrow. You know, small nose. They got the buck teeth. And then round ears. I used to draw squirrel ears like this. Because I was a big fan of Redwall. And then I realized all the squirrels in my areas had these kind of ears, and I was like, wait, what? And I had to look it up, and it's like, yeah, those are red squirrels, European squirrels that you've been raised on. We don't have those. We have some redwood squirrels that kind of exhibit those features. And then they have these pants. Their feet, okay, usually they're just sitting on their haunches like this, but when they stand up, they have these people legs. And it's just like these straight legs when they stand up. And since they have like a white belly, sometimes it looks like this. And then their feet are flat. Squirrels have flat feet, like kind of like bears and raccoons. They do not stand on their toes, and their ankles actually can rotate completely around like 180 degrees. And that's how they climb down trees, because they'll hold on like this, and then their feet will be turned around and they'll latch in like this. Whee, tail. So that they can go down. Alright. I've had enough fun. I'm sorry, you can't even see anything. Here, there are the pants. Anyway, and the rats are gone. I hope they're back in the cage and asleep, because I don't want to be chasing them around. But that's it for this month's Zero Streams. Oh my goodness, gotta stretch. But thank you this month's Patreons: Eworm, Morgarizzle, Tailzimp, Hydrash, Barrel and Tree, Spades, Mouse with a Dinosaur Tail, a Little Wolf, Blue Studios, and a special thanks to Dan Genesis, who subscribed on Twitch. But yeah, I can't thank you enough for your support, and I hope you guys stick around until next month, when we're gonna have some more Pokemon family fun. I gotta start building up that buffer again. I hope you all stay safe and stay sane stuck at home. We're gonna ride this through, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye bye.